So if you heard the news today, some news leaked about Fantastic Four and its plot. And suffice to say, it's pretty damn bad. Well, we can't properly explain it all to you, so we've set up a little demonstration for you. Guys?
Hi, everybody. I'm a Marvel movie, and as a Marvel movie, I have complete characters, a well-thought-out plot, and I've even put all together 3 phases of a plan, so that way all the fans can get everything that they want out of my universe. So
I'm Fantastic Four!
No! Ah!
Well, that was messy. Anyway, guys, this is SCNS Live.
Well, hello there, everybody! It's another episode of SCNS Live!
Woo!
We got claps galore! We got a clap from this guy, a clap from that girl, and nothing from him. So anyway, welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live. I believe this is what, episode 37 now? We're on 37 now?
I don't know.
We've had a long season.
It goes on and on, my friend.
It does, but actually this is the second to last episode of the season. So yeah, you've only got one more episode after this. But either way, we got a great show planned for you today. And to my right is Mr. Jason the X. Right over here.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the show.
His perky self is standing right over there. And then on to my left, we've got the sensual, sexy, scrumptulescent Rob Entropy right over there.
I feel underdressed.
Succulent.
How you doing, baby?
Right. Look at him. He's got the tuxedo on. He's dressed very fancy today.
No, this is the best of show.
Yeah. He thought this was the last
I got to
episode.
get my tuxedo T-shirt for that one.
True.
Drag that one out the
Actually have the tuxedo dressed up. You got it. And then we've got on chat today Miss Cora Barton. She's over there, so you want to get on the chat, talk to her. She'll be talking the entire episode today. And
She'll be talking in chat.
If it says Jason the X, it's actually her, or it could be Jason. We don't know. Either way,
She's got a little bit of laryngitis, so we gave her a break.
And then, speedy recovery, but thank you for being here and getting us all sick. And then on board, we've got the Professor Chris K. He's sitting right over there. And this is what he would normally be doing. Hi, everybody, if you could see him. Hi, everybody, gee willikers. So that's Professor Chris K. over there. And on today's episode, we've got a lot planned for you today. We've got a discussion where we're going to be talking about when is the bubble going to burst for these comic book movies, superhero movies. So we're going to talk about that. We've got channel control, which always is good. We've got some new cancellations, some DVDs you may not have known have come out. And then, of course, we've got picks from the rack. But before we get to all that, let's start it off with some super cool nerd news. So for a while now, we talked about how the PlayStation 4 has come out and won the war against the Xbox One. Well, I mean, the war is still going on, but the PS4 seems to have a lot more people seem to have wanted to get it, and they've gone to great lengths to do so. Now, we all remember how Walmart has their ad match plan, where they basically say, hey, you know what, if another store is selling something for cheaper, you bring over that sell, and hey, we'll match the price. That's pretty awesome, right?
It's cool.
Well,
yeah,
it's pretty cool. Well, some people, some very clever and resourceful people, decided that they were going to use a fake ad on Amazon to buy PlayStation 4s for $90. That's right. So,
yes!
I know. It's amazing. So what happened was a couple of people actually were able to go in, print off this Amazon ad for a $90 PlayStation 4 because just recently Walmart has said that they will use online advertising as well. So they got this and they were able to come over there and I guess some poor sap at Walmart believed them and bought the gaming console for $90 frickin'. And I'm so upset I didn't think about that $310 ago. So it's really exciting. It's really awesome, except for the fact that Walmart has caught on and Amazon caught on, and they've shut down those. Well, not really shut it down, but they went in, they found that fake page, and they said that it sold out for $0, zero amount. So, yeah, it's kind of boo on that, but it was pretty ingenious, and I'm not going to be upset about this. It's Walmart. They're going to make their money.
I'm upset about it. How dare people go out there and abuse the system in such a manner to procure this device at a $400 price tag?
You just mad because you didn't get one.
I'm totally mad I did, because I looked immediately on Amazon to see if I could find it.
Right?
Because I had my keys in hand. I just need to find one. Come on.
Yeah, try to get some traction on it before the story gets there. That would have been great, but unfortunately he didn't get it. We didn't get it. Why didn't anybody think about that?
The only thing I can imagine is what the person felt like that sold this thing when it came and said,
"Oh my God,
stop!
He's already gone." No, Jason would have been the one to do it because he's the only one in here that doesn't have a PlayStation 4.
I spent my money on toys.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Well, we know you don't, Cora, but there's a difference. We game a lot together. Well, you can game too. We're gonna work on it. We have a Kickstarter. Anyway, so that's a terrible reason to have a Kickstarter. So we've got another story coming up. Rob, why don't you take the reins for a sec?
All right, okay. So Stephen Amell this week came out and said some pretty harsh things about DC, which Jason's been saying for about 2 years now. But yeah, we'll get past that.
Apparently,
Anyway,
Stephen Amell follows Jason the X.
Okay, so a couple days ago, DC came out and said that they found the person to play the Flash in the movies. And Stephen Amell was kind of, what the hell are y'all doing? Y'all have a Flash. Why don't you use him? Mainly because he wants them to use him as Green Arrow in the upcoming Justice League movies or whatever's going to happen whenever it happens. So he's kind of went out there and said, their choice and planning was pretty shitty. I can't argue with him. You've got two great shows on CW with Green Arrow and The Flash, and you want to find other people to do it because DC has this thing where they said, well, TV and the movie universe are separate. Yet, a couple of weeks ago, they were trying to merge the two together. So, what's up, DC? What you got to say about that, huh? Actually, I'm not going to get too hard on them because we got a bad Marvel story later, so.
Yeah,
y'all screwed up.
It's kind of different. Yeah, I agree, though, that they really should combine it all. But, I kind of also understand DC's side, where they're like, hey, we could get a big-name actor to play Green Arrow instead of Stephen Amell. And, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, while we do all love Stephen Amell, it's kind of like he's kind of a B actor, where you could get, like, an A-lister of some sorts.
Yeah, he may be a B actor, but Stephen Amell has been posting things on his Facebook page.
What?
And stuff like his training.
What did he say?
He's going through a whole bunch of training for this stuff. So.
I'm gonna go find my boxing glove arrow. I said it.
I'm sorry.
You're about to catch a boxing glove arrow to the side of the head.
Are you saying that Stephen Amell is an A-list actor?
For his performance and what he does in that role, yeah.
For the one show that he's been on, you're saying that he's an A-list actor.
That's enough for me.
So let's go ahead and discount every A-list actor who's done an Oscar-winning performance.
Agreed. Fuck him.
And say that Stephen Amell is better than them or as good.
Maybe if they gave him a chance. There. I said it.
Even Cora is judging you right now. Cora! All right. Now she's judging me.
She just knows she can't talk.
But speaking of people who judge, pot calling the kettle black. Jason, you've got a story.
Pot calling the kettle black? Really? Really?
Yeah. You
Anyway,
judge, and you're judging somebody else.
Well, I have been judging. Okay, I did attend a screening of Interstellar, and I found that the music was way too loud. It really hurt the plot of the movie. However, Christopher Nolan has been asked about this, and he basically said, hey, movie's working as intended. Even though there were parts where the music was so loud, it went over the dialogue, he said, hey, You don't always need dialogue to further a plot or a story, even if the dialogue at the time happens to be very pertinent to the plot. And he even said, I visited 6 to 7 theaters. I don't see a problem with it. So, yeah, his exact words were, and here we go, hopefully people can appreciate the experience for what it's intended to be. I don't know what he intends it to be, but it just seems like crappy editing. I don't know. Has anybody else seen Interstellar here?
I haven't seen it. I've been meaning to.
Nobody else has seen it? Okay, well, when I was coming out of the theater, all the critics, that's all they kept saying was, holy crap, the music was too high. When I sat down, I said, ooh, the music is too high, but there was no dialogue. And then it kept creeping up over dialogue. And as much as I like Matthew McConaughey drowned out by something, anything, it was really bothersome during the movie. So, yeah, but don't worry. Christopher Nolan said this isn't a mistake. This is just his vision. Get over it. Dick. Anyway.
Oh, Christopher Nolan.
That was my attack.
Well, this is also Christopher Nolan, the same guy who recently came out and said that Marvel movies aren't movies.
Dick. We need, like, I'm going to put this in there. Maybe we need something and just call it the Wall of Dicks. And just randomly put people.
Oh, dear God. That's like the worst idea you've ever had.
It's just the random people that we effing hate.
Is there a glory hole? Is that a thing?
That's something for something else.
Oh, dear God. Here's the glory hole.
Hey, Jason, you a little bit salty?
Oh.
Salty?
How about...
Yeah, you salty.
We'll work on that name. The Hall of Dicks.
Hall of
And Christopher Nolan can be the first person introduced into it. So.
I don't think anyone wants to visit the Hall of Dicks for multiple reasons.
Back at the Hall of Dicks.
What the fuck is this?
Okay, that's weird. Well, nobody can read that.
She just drew a dick.
She drew a dick on. She essentially put a dick on your face.
Go to the chat room.
She
Anyway.
put her dick on your face. Anyway,
Oh.
you just got dick slapped.
Just move.
All right. So, on to other movie news. We've got a brand new story coming straight out of Japan. We've got a Attack on Titan movie coming out, and we've finally got a cast. And Chris, do we have some sort of graphic right here? Boom! Right there. Attack on Titan. Well, I don't think we were able to get the pictures of all the cast members, so we're going to use the handy-dandy phone right here to do that. And playing the main, the lead is, for Eren, is Haruma Miura. And that's him right there, if you can see that.
Hold on. Can I say that name real quick? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Go ahead. I know I'm not half Japanese.
Okay.
Okay?
I won't
Do you want to start saying Greek words and then me coming over there and just being like, what'd you say?
I speak fluent Greek.
Huh?
I mean, I'm sorry.
Come on. Speak fluent Greek.
Drink. Uza.
You didn't even say that right. It's Uzo, dumbass.
Opa.
It's Uzo. Good God, you said Uza.
Spanakopita.
Spanakopita.
Yiro.
Giro.
I can do this all night.
Vrema lakis meni. Demi lau tipota tora.
See?
Pendok seris tipota.
I feel the same way, brother.
You have no idea what I just said.
I
said a whole lot of bad shit to you. That's what I just said. All right, and then playing Mikasa is Kiko Mizuhara, right there. Ah, glare. Boom. I got it. Don't flag me. I got it. So there's a whole lot more that they have playing, and I'm just going to thank you very much. This is very exciting. So there's a whole lot more people that are going to be cast in this, and I could just keep going over and over again. But what's exciting is the fact that we have an Attack on Titan movie coming out. Now, at the same time, I'm hoping that the graphics are going to be a lot better than what they're showing on that. Because I know this is all just kind of like promo stuff to get people excited. Like, oh, this is the cast, yay! But yeah, we're kind of hoping for a little bit more because this is a show, this is an anime that we all know and somewhat love, except for the fact that there's no hope at all in that. Anyway, so the most depressing movie is going to be coming out, and it's going to be in Japan. There's no yet word of a release date, but yeah, if you want to see the rest of the cast, feel free to go to our website at scnslive.com, and we'll get the link over to you, or yeah, it's facebook.com/scns, and then we'll just give you the link. You can check it out and see for yourself. But in the meantime, Rob, you've got a story. Go ahead.
Yes, I do. Okay, so I did a story a while ago about Quentin Tarantino getting pissed off about the movie Hateful Eight being leaked to different agents or whatever, and people trying to get spots in the movie. Said he's going to stop. He actually is making the movie now, and this would be his 8th movie he's billing it as. And after that, he says he's got 2 more movies, and Quentin Tarantino is done. Yep, he said he is quitting after his 10th movie. Which, to me, I like Tarantino stuff. I know people that hated him for years. He's a hack, he's this, he's no good, he sucks as a director. I think Quentin Tarantino is freaking awesome. I've loved all his movies. So, what's that?
Are you kidding me? People hate Quentin Tarantino? I mean,
Yeah,
his movies are great.
Dude, I've heard years ago, people were just, Tarantino,
Well,
he's a hack, he's this, whatever.
They just hate it because he starts from the end and then goes to the beginning.
I mean, I
Screw it.
understand Tarantino has his own kind of
It's
ideas
different.
about how things should be filmed. He wants everything done in 70 millimeter. He hates digital. This is a guy that still uses film.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, that's for what he does and what he puts out, it's awesome. It's great.
Well, hey, you know, when you've broken the Guinness Book of World Records for the most N-bombs dropped in a movie, where else is there to go?
I mean, yeah. I mean, once you have that record, I mean, you've reached it. That's it. What awards do you need?
You capped out. I hold the Guinness Book of World Records for the most time the word nigga was dropped in a movie. I can say it. I'm half black.
I know. I can't, and I have a black girlfriend.
No, you cannot. Anyway, I mean, he can't.
Okay, now so now we're going to have the most N-bombs in one episode of SCNS.
Oh, dear God.
I wish Des was still here.
Pretty much the entire episode is going to be me and Cora just being like,
Y'all shut up and don't even think about saying it. Anyway.
we're like, Chris is like I don't know who to go to. They're both saying it so many times.
Hey, I look at that. Words only have the power that we give them.
It's true.
So anyway,
Except if I said it, you'd still punch me in the face.
right in the
God
nose.
damn, yes, we would.
We have cracker. Oh, okay.
That's our word.
Hey.
I don't
That's
have
our word for y'all.
See, that's
Oh, it's getting racist now.
this is getting really racist.
Oh my God. So-
It's going
so-
there.
So,
So, okay.
yeah,
So
we're-
Tarantino's quitting, and we're moving along.
yeah, we really let that roll
man,
too far tonight.
no.
Anyway.
This entire the rhythm of the show is gone. Like it's just anyway.
It's on something.
I
See
feel
what
like
Rob does when he starts drinking?
I feel like I should apologize, maybe take a shower, but in the meantime of all of that, we got 3D printing. So go ahead.
Okay, so the New York Museum recently started offering the ability to download sculptures that they have on display, and you can download them and take them to a 3D printer of your size and print out a replica of any piece, well, not any piece. I believe it started out with about 10 pieces that were available in the museum. Well, the London Museum is now offering the same thing. You can go through the, I'm sorry. Look over here. You can go through the museum, see a piece, and say, hey, I kind of want that, and then you can download it. If you have access to a 3D printer, you can even make it life size. Now, they have 14 pieces available right now, including a bust of, I really gotta get this name right, Amenhotep III and, huh? What was that, Chris? No.
Huh? What's that? You
I'm
don't
not-
know Egyptian? Oh,
And you can even download, if you wanted to, they actually have it, you can download a sarcophagus and take it to a 3D printer. An actual replica of the same pharaoh's sarcophagus. Dude, I really wish I had a big 3D printer. Because I would have that sitting out in my living room, and every time somebody would come over, what's up?
that's like
I would just rise up out of the damn thing. So, yeah,
is
we
it
need a
economy
big
size?
one.
Yeah. But that's not, we want a life size. We want to lay Jason in a sarcophagus and then put him in a tomb and never open it.
Anyway.
All right, we know damn well if Jason had a 3D printer, there would be dinosaurs and Red Power Rangers and Transformers all over this goddamn house.
Well, actually, it's in Jason's will that whenever he dies, we must put him in a sarcophagus inside of a tomb with all of his toys.
And Rob, I don't appreciate that. I do not have a problem.
Yeah, you do.
Dear God, what has this show gone to? All right, so moving on from there. Thank you for joining us for some super cool nerd news. It was really fun. It was a good one. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to some channel control. Let's tell you what we're watching. Leave it there. Leave it there. Or there. That's cool too. He never listens. God, Chris. God. Why don't we ever talk about porn on this show?
Sweet cakes. Because every time I talk about porn, people get offended.
I've got thoughts on that.
And yet we say the N-word so many times. I don't understand this show anymore. It's like the wheels have gone off the rails ever since it's like, oh, well, we got like 2 more shows left. We're like, fuck it. Say anything you want to. Anyway, channel control. I'm throwing it to you, Rob.
Okay, so the first thing we have are our cancellations.
Cancellation!
First show out, Mulaney.
Oh, thank God.
About damn time.
This show is so painful to watch.
I never watched it. I haven't even bothered to go into Hulu to watch it. I had no interest. It looked like a poor man Seinfeld, so I just stayed away from it.
It is exactly what that is. I took the time to sit down and watch every episode that they put out.
I watched the first one just because I heard it was so bad.
Oh, it's so bad. Like, I love Mulaney, okay? Like, I love his stand-up. His stand-up and his writing are really good. It does not translate well to the small screen. It's very bad, and it was painful to watch. It really was, because, I mean, some of my favorite jokes that he has, he said within, like, the first 5 minutes of the show, and it was just so bad. It was not a good, very well done show, and I like Martin Short, but he didn't add anything to it. Was it
Martin Short, fresh off of Dad's?
Oh,
that's
God.
a wonderful show.
Yeah, right? And then Fox is like, let's just put him on everything. Is it Nasim Pedrad? Is that what her name is?
I don't know.
She was on SNL. I loved her on SNL. She left to go on the show, and man, she was just not good. All of this, like the entire ensemble didn't work. It was like it was like a bunch of individuals were trying to make a poor man Seinfeld. Nothing worked, nothing clicked, and it was like they were trying too hard.
Yeah, they were trying to make a show when Seinfeld was about nothing.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. And this show, and Mulaney is about a guy who's like, I'm a comedian, and I'm trying to make my way through the life of a comedian. Like, it's not good, and it was rough. And the moment I saw the preview for it, I was like, this is going to be dead after like 3 episodes. I was wrong. It lasted 6. But yeah, I'm happy to see this one go.
Okay. All right, so our next one up, another show I have not watched, The Millers.
God, CBS just kept promoting the hell out of this show. How is this canceled?
They promoted so hard because it's doing badly.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably. I mean, again, it has some great actors in it, but again, like I said, never watched the show, never bothered to, never wanted to.
Well, I mean,
I have way too much stuff I'm watching.
I love Will Arnett, and Beau Bridges is great. So, I mean, that would be a show I'd normally be into if it looked good. But it looked terrible because CBS tries to make all these shows that are like, oh, it's about family, and we're a kooky family, and then
Not Two Broke Girls.
No. But you got a show like this where it's rough. It's hard to watch. And then they actually just came out with a show called The McCarthys. And that one's hard to watch. I'm surprised that one hasn't gotten canceled yet.
Oh, it's coming. That one's going.
Yeah, I know. And Chris has been eagerly waiting to see it.
One thing about the McCarthys is they call it the McCarthys. That's the one that has Joy McIntyre from New Kids on the Block.
It's still terrible.
Put the mic down and then do one.
It's
Deal
terrible.
with the freaking board, all right?
He wanted to say something about Mulaney, like so hardcore. The moment we were talking about Mulaney, he was grabbing the mic and he was just like,
You can see
okay,
the vein in his freaking forehead sticking out.
Let me give you a metaphor. Anyway, so no, I mean just the McCarthys. I'm sure will be on in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move into our TV shows. We're going back to all the stuff that we started talking about last year, and that's Flash and Green Arrow.
What is that picture?
Huh?
What is that picture?
That's the actors. That's
Is that a
Grant,
Jonas?
That's Grant Gustin when he had just a quaff.
I'm sure you just.
This is the best you could find.
I found this because of an upcoming show in 2 weeks. I want to sub both of them together. But if you want to see a good picture of them together, go look on SCNS Live on Facebook. I put about 6 pictures up there, and you can check those out. But anyway,
hold on.
Flash.
Hold on. We cannot stop this. You put Nick Jonas as the Flash next to Stephen Amell.
That's not Nick Jonas. That's Grant Gustin.
From back here, it looks like Nick Jonas.
Well, clean your glasses off. Get closer.
I used your shirt to clean my glasses. Like, that is Nick Jonas. Like, I'm just waiting for the other two to show up and become the backup to the Flash. Like, I'm pretty sure the next episode is going to be Nick Jonas, and then the other two are, like, in the lab, or the other Jonas brothers. Like, hey, brother, what are you doing? I'm just running. Keep running, brother. Like, I don't know. I don't know the rest of them. But anyways.
Okay, so we use up all the time about Matt bitching about a picture.
It's a better picture.
But
also, why does Stephen Amell look like he's about to be on a soap opera?
oh, I will kick you in the nuts.
Like, I feel like he's about to go to lunch with his ex-girlfriend he hasn't seen in 9 months just to find out that she's got a baby.
Oh my God. Oh, I just want to set you on fire right now. Okay. All right. So yes, the shows are good. They're awesome. Matt had his little speech and his little oh hell no. But anyway, both of these guys, they're having their first big crossover event with, what is it, Brave and the Bold? Bold and the Brave, whatever.
Brave and the Bold.
Brave and the Bold.
Heck yeah.
Which is DC's kind of version
Bold and the Beautiful.
of the Marvel team-up.
Yes, Marvel
Yeah.
team up.
So
I love Brave
it's
and the
where
Bold.
DC just took random characters and put them together. Now, they haven't done these characters in the comics.
Yes, they have.
They did Flash and Green Lantern.
No. Barry Allen and Oliver Queen were good friends in the comic.
No, but in Brave and the Bold.
I'm pretty sure they have done a Brave and the Bold.
I looked. I didn't see
I will
anything.
prove it to your face later.
All right.
Have you ever heard the theme to Brave and the Bold?
Shut up.
Whenever they did the song, like then they did the cartoon.
Don't make me get my matches out.
I got it right here. Hold on.
Can we go on with the show? Hey, stop playing that! Stop playing that!
Anyway,
so move along.
No, it's been good. It's been good.
Let's get this picture off the screen because Matt's going fucking insane right now.
Who's you put up there? The Blues Brothers?
Fantastic Four! Okay, we've got Gotham, which has gotten better in the past couple of weeks. My only complaint is that they're throwing in too many people.
No, we've been saying that for a while now.
Villains or whatever being thrown in. They need to just stick with what they're doing with Penguin and then kind of move into someone else like the next season.
Yeah.
But yeah, just work on the Penguin, which right now is a great freaking story.
That is a great story, but I liked in this last episode they kind of focused less attention on the Penguin and more attention on everybody else, and everybody else kind of starred, and I really liked it. I liked whenever Catwoman and or Selena and Bruce, they were kind of living together, and that was a cool little thing.
That is stupid.
Yeah, shut up. Where she told him, "If you hit me, you can kiss me."
Yeah,
and man, he tried.
He tried as hard as he could. But I love that Alfred. I really love that relationship between Alfred and Bruce.
Yeah. Well,
at first he's like, "Oh, this isn't gonna work. You can't have Selena here," and then it kind of it worked itself out.
Yeah, he realized that she's kind of bringing Bruce out of that shell he's been in since his parents were murdered. So awesome, freaking.
So if he was able to hit her, he could kiss her. Well, an abusive relationship starts. Bam! Now lay down, woman. Yeah, that's real good.
Oh, starting with the Bill Cosby jokes.
No, I'm saying this horrible premise of Catwoman living with the future Batman. It's okay.
Jason, there's a reason why him and I are the only two that do channel control. All right, moving on.
We're going on to Constantine now.
Constantine!
Which I haven't really watched since the first episode. I just got it collecting. So Matt is going to go into all the great things about Constantine.
Yes, Constantine's just been fantastic. It really has been.
Actually,
that's a great. What?
It's been great.
It has been great, and that's a great picture you put up there as well. But yes, Constantine's been really good. I've been enjoying it. It's been, Man, the pilot, I was saying earlier, the pilot is probably the best pilot I've ever seen.
It's probably some of the best TV I've seen from DC in a long time.
Yeah, and then you look at also like everything that they've done. It's just everything. Every episode is good right after the next. Like in this last episode.
This character pretty much stepped off the comic page for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got no complaints about John Constantine, the character.
Well, and he's not a hero, and that's what I love.
No, he's an asshole.
I know. He's the perfect anti-hero, and I love that NBC is actually letting them do what they want to do.
Unfortunately, it seems like this show is not doing so well because they threw it in what I call the death slot.
Well, they threw it in there from the beginning, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
And it is not doing so well. And this is actually one of the shows where, damn, please don't cancel this because I like this one. But unfortunately, ratings are down.
Someone else will pick it up if it does go down because
And then with Jim
a lot of people
Corrigan,
like it.
And then they're introducing more characters. We got Jim Corrigan coming up,
Yep.
who is the Spectre. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I really want to see more of this character. And if I don't get Swamp Thing, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't know. I'm hoping they stick with it because it's really good. I watch it on Hulu. I don't watch it every Friday night, but when it comes on Hulu, I'm all over it. It's so good.
Agreed. But see, we're not supporting the show in the way it probably should be.
I know. But, with the fact that they always put it on Hulu, I would think views alone would help them with that. I don't know. That would be just me. But moving on. Is that the last one we had? No, we have some DVDs.
Yeah, we have DVDs next.
Yeah. Oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s a show. Agent Carter's a show. And moving on. Okay.
Okay, so our first up is 22 Jump Street, which has come out.
Good.
Haven't seen it. Probably going to pick it up this week and then give it a look-see.
So good. I loved it.
I loved the first one. They were funny as hell. The commercials for this one was good.
This one was probably the better than the first one.
Really?
I liked it a lot.
Oh,
you
okay.
remember whenever we did the spoiler-free review at Anime Fest, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't remember it? For this one, 22 Jump Street.
Actually, no, I don't.
I did it.
Oh, yeah.
Channing Tatum. Yeah, exactly. He just did a look. But yes, 22 Jump Street, really good. I definitely say you should either get it, rent it, whatever. It's really good.
Next one we have is Into the Storm, which is a bunch of tornadoes hitting some Midwestern state. And
it's a knockoff.
This teacher has to go find his kid who's trapped out somewhere in the tornado.
It's like Twister without the storm chasing plot. That's really good.
It's Twister with teenage angst.
Yeah, and it's really good graphics. That's it. After that, it's like, really? This is like a CW's TV movie.
Next up, we have Automata, which has Antonio Banderas.
I never saw that.
And Melanie Griffin. Now, this one was released in Spain.
I remember seeing
it came
something
out in
about it.
October last year, I believe. Well, actually, no. This year.
No, it was this
whatever.
year. It was this year. It was I think it was around May, April or May.
Max Payne.
Yeah, but it's something that really wasn't going to hit here, so they just put on DVD and said, "Here, watch." And this is in the future Earth, where the Earth is pretty much scorched, is unlivable on the surface, and they have robots who do their work for them. That go above ground, do this, whatever, try to bring stuff back in, all this stuff. And one of the robots is found by a cop and it's shot, killed, destroyed, whatever, and they find that the robots are actually starting to modify themselves. And they're gaining sentience, and they're having thoughts and dreams and things that they want to do, and then they start going against their directive, which is, talk to Chris about this, robots will turn on you at some point.
Yeah.
And
because Chris got a Roomba.
They start breaking this thing as far as protecting human life, and they're more about their own self-preservation. So, I mean, it's the kind of movie that I like. It's a stupid sci-fi movie. I'll probably check it out. I'm not really chomping at the bit to get it, but it's there.
I'd love to check out Antonio Banderas and Terminator. I would love to check that out. That'd be great.
Wait a minute, isn't this Antonio Banderas in iRobot?
No, because iRobot was different. Because in iRobot, I think the robots were a lot more advanced than they are in this.
And Shia LaBeouf was actually better in that film.
Oh, that's right. He was in iRobot.
So next up, we have Sin City, A Dame to Kill.
I heard a lot of good things about this one. Did you not?
I heard nothing about it. The movie kind of came out and left, and
I don't think it did well. It didn't do well in theaters because I think there was such a large gap between the Sin City movies, and then this one came out, and even though Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it, it's like it wasn't. It didn't gain the traction it should have. Like, I think it was a pretty good movie from what I've heard, and from the cast that they had. I have to see it. I don't think it's going to be as good as the first one, but I'd still be willing to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go out, pick it up, red box it, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, look at her.
I mean, dead ass.
Ugh.
Mm.
Needs justice. All right.
Who needs justice?
Huh? What?
What?
Okay. Yeah, so that is it for channel control.
That's right. So channel control, that's what we're watching. If there's a show that you want us to cover, or a show that we should talk about, a show that you hate, whatever it might be, feel free to email us, like us on Facebook, comment, whatever you want to do. My email address is matt@scnslive.com. You got Jason the X at scnslive.com. You got Entropy at scnslive.com. So anywhere you want to go, just let us know. And that all rhymed, and I'm pretty happy about that. So we're going to go and take a break, but while we're on a break, you guys get to keep on watching while Jason the X shows you his picks from the rack.
Hey guys, I'm Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by SNLinks.com, and welcome to Picks from the Rack. Now, for everybody that says I hate on DC Comics all the time, I got this sweet Batman animated series figure from one of my local shops today. Isn't this awesome? But there are no comics from DC this week. So first up this week, we got X-Men Avengers Axis number 6. Book 2 of the Inversion, where everything has gone topsy-turvy and apparently everyone's lost their mind, or everything is backwards. You got bad guys who are good, you got good guys who are very, very, very bad. So, yeah, things have just kind of done a flip turn upside down in the Marvel Universe. But you know what? It's alright. And speaking of crazy, let's go ahead and take a look at Carnage number 2. Cletus Cassidy is having his confused moment where now he wants to be a hero, except he's doing it very poorly. He's really trying in very tragic ways, but it's a good book. It's really a look at the Cletus Cassidy character that we haven't had up until this point. And honestly, who doesn't dig a bad guy? So once again, things are crazy over in the Deadpool books. Deadpool number 37 gives us a look at our Merc with a mouth with his new attitude on life, more peaceful, not quite killing everything he comes across. It's causing some tension, to say the least. If you're following the book currently, you'll understand that maybe his current wife does not really like the new attitude. So we're starting to see that come through. Not a bad read this week. Guardians of the Galaxy number 21 actually gives us a look at Flash Thompson and how the symbiote seems to be going a little more powerful, displaying some abilities that we haven't seen before. This all leads into that Planet of the Symbiotes that I've been waiting for. I really want to see where the symbiotes came from. But he finally makes his way back to the Guardians. Hijinks ensue. It's a good book, and it's leading into some big stuff. And we can't end the week without Amazing Spider-Man number 10. This is Spider-Verse number 2. We're seeing even more Spider-Man being brought in, along with our 616 Peter Parker. This one sees a return of the superior Spider-Man, who has a different outlook on how to handle these spider-killing monsters that are coming after him. Good book. Waiting to see where it all leads into, but it's got some of my favorite Spider-Man in here. In fact, it's pretty much got all my Spider-Man in here. That's why it's a Spider-Verse. I really wanted to try something new this week, so I tried Punk Mambo, and to be honest, no. Didn't enjoy it. Sorry. So anyway, guys, that's your comic picks for the week. I'm Jason the X. Make sure you check out SCNS Live Thursday nights, 8 to 9 p.m. Central. Check out SNLinks.com. Like this video, subscribe, follow me at Jason the X on Twitter, and on Instagram at Jason the X. Until next time, guys, catch you next week. Bring it out.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so mind the confusion here for a second. We're getting kind of set up for this discussion. But yes, so thank you so much for picks from the rack. Jason, as usual,
You're welcome.
You did a great job, buddy. You did a great job. I'm really proud of you.
Get out of here. No, not my camera.
Bro, bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in for the real thing. No, dude, that doesn't have guns. That doesn't have bullets. It's fine. We're doing good. All right. So, yeah, no, as usual, great picks from the rack. And you look like you're sad. I'll give you a hug, too.
Oh, Jesus. He's going Greek on us.
Hey!
Get your ass back over.
Sorry, I got to stop myself from being Greek. Anyway.
Yes,
Yasu, my friend.
Spinacle.
Yasu. Isekukla. Anyway. All right.
You better hope I don't find out what that word means.
All right.
Tabbouleh salad.
No! Okay, so I'm so much darker now. I finally have a tan. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and yeah, I finally have lights. And Jason said, "Let there be light," and it was so. So we've got a discussion topic today where we're going to be talking about the Marvel bubble, the comic book bubble, for the superhero movies. When's it going to burst? When are people going to be not and excited about it anymore? I mean, you had so many years of Superman movies, the really good Christopher Reeve ones, and then that died, and then you had Michael Keaton as Batman, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, and then that died. And then there was a long stretch where there were no good superhero movies, and then finally, boom! Here we go.
Did he just mention the Clooney Batman?
You got to.
Yeah,
It's the death of the Batman movies.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I
shit.
Bat nipples.
Well, yeah, but there were
That
other
was
ones.
Kilmer.
No?
Kilmer had
Kilmer had the bat nipples. Clooney had the one where he couldn't move.
No, he had both of them. Clooney doing Batman and Bruce Wayne with the same voice. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. That movie was shit.
So you rather this?
Okay,
Swear to
so
me.
here's what we're talking about. There was an era where comic books were just for the geeks.
Yeah.
No one went to comic book shops. And around the early 80s, early to mid 80s, comic books got huge. Everyone was going to comic shop. Comic shops were thriving all throughout the land. Everyone was happy. And then it got to a point that comic books just kind of went back underground. Almost. I mean, you still had those fans that were buying it and still kept buying.
Me.
But folks like myself, I actually stopped collecting comics. And this was somewhere in the 90s. And, okay, so now, when are movies going to do that? We have Marvel that had, what was it, Howard the Duck in 80-something.
Yep.
Punisher with Dolph Lundgren and a couple, one or two other
Let's
movies.
not forget multiple NBC made-for-TV movies. I don't know what to even call those things.
We're just talking about big screen movies.
Oh, we're talking about just big screen movies.
Yeah,
Oh,
screen
well.
movies. And Marvel
there
kind
was a
of dropped
Captain
out of the
America movie
Yeah.
in the 80s
The Captain
with that
America
horrible
movie.
rubber suit.
Oh my god.
Marvel kind of dropped out of the picture in the 80s. They made one or two movies and 3, 4, whatever, and then they gone. That's where DC picked up. DC dominated in the 80s as far as Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
Those were the two things. Yeah, they had a couple duds, Supergirl, and blah, blah, whatever. But now that whole thing's reversed.
Swamp Thing. Please mention Swamp Thing.
All right, okay.
My God,
they did Swamp Thing.
2 times they did. They went to well twice on that one, and yet I'll still watch them. Anyway, I'll go on.
So they flipped it around, and now Marvel is crushing it.
Yep.
As far as these movies go, and DC is pretty much floundering at it.
Well, I mean, they're late to the party. That's the biggest thing.
They're extremely late.
Yeah.
I don't think Marvel crushing it fully captures what they're doing. Movies, television, digital media with everything going to Netflix now. Now, granted, here's where even as a diehard Marvel comic book fan, this bubble, I'm excited for Luke Cage. I'm excited for Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones. I'm not so excited for. And I hate to say it, and don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like strong female characters. Like, I gotta say though, do we need a Peggy Carter series? Do we need a Captain Marvel series? Absolutely. Do we need Mockingbird? Do we need these characters? Yes, we do. But do we need a Peggy Carter series?
That seems a little excessive.
I like having her as just a guest star.
Well, it's an 8-part miniseries.
Yeah, that's
So
what I told you earlier.
It's not that it's actually like they've bought 20 episodes.
Yeah.
It's just 8. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be kind of cool to watch, but I don't know. Maybe they'll probably tie it into a little bit of stuff.
But Jessica Jones was a niche character in the first place.
Yeah.
She just kind of floundered around and they brought her back. Now, would I like to see something like a Cloak and Dagger series?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, at this point, I would take a Dazzler series. Well, Marvel's got that. I mean, Fox has that. So
I would love to see the Runaways. I think the Runaways would be a good series.
However, it seems like Marvel is making media out of everything. I mean, they did Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going to see Doctor Strange. We're seeing Ant-Man. Like I said, Peggy Carter, really? Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well,
There seems to be some other properties they can go with, but maybe they are. I'm happy that we're getting Black Panther. I'm
That's
loving
awesome.
this age of comic book movies and television shows, and I love it. And even I got a question: what's going to screw it all up?
I'm telling. I don't know. If
I got a
it's gonna
couple answers, but anyway.
I don't know if it's going to be like any one thing that's going to screw it all up. You know, if anything, I kind of think maybe it's going to be like after Infinity Wars. It's like, where do you go?
But there
You
is
know?
a need.
Where do you go?
But there is a need now to keep this property going on screen and TV because it is drawing more people into the comic shops to look for these characters and find them in all their four-color glory. So,
Well, there's a need for sure, but like I'm saying, like with the Infinity Wars, once you finish that, where do you go from there?
create new stories. This is a whole universe. It's kind of like when Marvel created the Ultimate Universe a couple years ago. It was a whole new universe to tell stories in, modernize them, make them up to date, new, bring these characters to life, and that's what they're doing right now.
So you think the bubble's going to keep on going even
No,
after
I don't. No,
Infinity
no.
Wars? Because I'm thinking after that, I mean, I know DC's got a lot of stuff that they're going to be coming out with, but I kind of feel like after that, it's kind of going to
Marvel
lull
is
again
doing
a
it
bit.
so well, though,
It
right
is.
now. And, I mean, DC is already not. So,
But you see where it's all leading up to for Marvel.
I mean, I complained about, but then we've got other movies like we're hearing from Sony.
Oh, dear God.
An anime movie? What is this shit? Anyway.
You know, that might be part of the problem. I feel like we need to touch
then
on this real quick.
That's going to be Aunt May Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? No?
But then-
Oh, dear God. No.
I mean,
Peter!
and
Where's
we said
Peter?
on this show that Marvel's decision to cancel Fantastic Four until they got like the properties back, we said that was a dick move. We were
Yeah.
all pissed at Marvel. And then we got the news of what the Fantastic Four movie was going to be.
Please
And
enlighten us.
I
Now-
totally
now-
understand why they did this.
This is just a possible script that was leaked. However, like you said, Fox was going pretty hard at getting some of this stuff blocked for a possible story. So, Jason, you want to tell us what this possible story is?
Okay, I got to pull it up here, but we've already gotten some word about what the characters in the Fantastic Four are going to be. First of all, Reed Richards, Ben Grimm, they're going to be clerks in a convenience store. Reed Richards is going to be a genius, but he basically will create something to travel through time. Johnny Storm, who is, everybody was griping out is being played by a black guy, he's actually the son of a Dr. Storm, and Sue is actually the one that's adopted, not Johnny, which Sue, however, she's not a scientist in this. She's a party girl heiress, kind of like Paris Hilton. Anyway, sorry. Let me get a couple other details here. First of all, I do not like the actors that are playing. Let's see. Yeah, so we got the Storm family. Storm's old partner died in an experiment gone wrong, so he adopted Sue and everything. So Ben Grimm, his character is actually going to be able to change back from his rocky form. So much for I'm a monster, but he can change back.
I have a point to make. In the comics, it was found out that Ben Grimm could always change back. He just mentally never wanted to. Even though he said he wanted to, he never wanted to change that because he liked that form. Continue.
So anyway, Dr. Doom, not a doctor this time around, and not Victor Von Doom. He's being played by, the character's name is Victor Domashev. He's basically a modern-day hacker and troller who goes by the name Doom online. And what happens is, sorry, what am I doing? Where am I going? Okay, hi. Anyway, basically, he's going to sabotage this experiment that Dr. Storm and Reed Richards experiment on to get to the negative zone. The negative zone is actually going to grant them the powers. Instead of the traditional suits, they're going to have containment suits for their abilities, by the way. Doom is going to get upset that he didn't get powers, so he's going to basically replicate the events that happened. Now, it's planned. They're saying there will be one battle in the movie, and that'll be the one at the end. At that point, Thing will be trapped in his form, and Doom bots or something. So basically, his powers, he'll be able to have some sort of a techno path, some kind of techno kinetic or whatever. But this is rumored, this is leaked. However, Fox went after people hardcore Take that down. Take it down.
Because they're even ashamed of it.
You know, this reminds me of when Wolverine got leaked, and people were saying what a god-awful movie it was, and Fox was saying, that isn't a completed film. Whatever was leaked is not done yet. We're still working on this movie, blah, 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 blah. And, of course, in the very end, it turned out what was leaked was exactly the movie that Fox was releasing. So, I mean, yeah, this is a possible script, but Fox isn't making it look good. This seems like this is the actual movie they're thinking of making, which, if anything could pop the bubble, it would be this freaking movie.
Shout out to our DM, Jefferson, who said, what, are Sue Storm and Johnny going to be outside smoking pot the entire time? Like outside, going to pretty much just make Clerks.
Yes!
Marvel's Clerks.
So that's why we say,
I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
I'm honestly at the point of like, is this, that's what the whole skit was about. Is this purposeful suicides? People go, these comic movies suck.
I think for Sony or Fox, I mean, Fox has a history of screwing up superhero movies. You know, and Sony just doesn't.
However, they just did Days of Future Past, and I don't get that.
I don't
get this.
And
even our good friend BC made the argument like, look at the cast of this movie. Look at the people that are in here, and the people that write it, and the people that are directing it. So don't judge it so quickly. Brother, I understand exactly what you're saying, but George Clooney made Batman and Robin.
That's not a point.
Look. he was talking about...
Thank you, Ben.
He was talking about Oscar caliber people making these movies. Raul Julia made Street Fighter. That movie was so bad it killed him.
Oh.
You motherfucker.
I was supposed to hold him back. That's my fault. I'm sorry, Rob. Okay, we're just going to keep traveling. Keep going back. Keep going back.
Street Fighter's a national treasure, you motherfucker.
And Bison son!
All right.
Anyway. But yes. No, I mean, you've got a point. It's like, it just... I feel like Sony is just give everything back to Marvel, please. The fact that the moment they said that they were going to come out with an Aunt May movie, it's just like, fuck it. Like, how are you going to make like 4 or 5 movies without Spider-Man in the Spider-Man universe?
We do have one thing about it, though. Those rights are at the point where they have to use them when they're going to use them.
I guess.
Even this crap movie, hey, we did it. Even if they did like a straight-to-DVD movie, they still will be able to retain the rights. That's what this all is about. So, yeah.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
It's sad that you're willing to sacrifice, hold on to these rights, and put out this just...
Look, Spider-Man used to be like the face of Marvel. And now it's kind of like, nobody gives a shit anymore about Spider-Man. It's like...
Yeah, it's not about the Avengers.
Yeah, it's all about the Avengers. When you think of Marvel, you think of Iron Man now. Where it used to be, when you think of Marvel, you think of Spider-Man. And that's all it has to do with the movies. And the fact that the movies have been so shitty, except I do like the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I do like them. Oh, yeah. But
I do too.
But the fact
first
that,
one was a bit rushed, but that's another thing.
But the fact that they're moving on from that to make all these other like just shitty movies is like, really? Like that's what you're gonna do with it? You've got to compete with Marvel. I know you're in the same universe. No. You're in the same universe, but they've got to compete with Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's not the same publishers, it's not the same developers. You know, it's a whole clusterfuck is what it is, and it's just really sad to see Sony. And I feel like Sony, the moment they bring that stuff back to Marvel, I think Marvel's bubble is going to even get stronger because now you've got Spider-Man.
They've got to get them first. And I don't know if anybody can hear me. Chris, am I coming through? Okay.
And the same thing with Fantastic Four. You've got a whole new variety of things you can go with, and I think that bubble's going to get stronger. With DC, I'm just waiting. And I think that's the problem with DC, is we're just waiting.
I think it's time for me to go stage a protest and say, let my people go. You hear me? Let my people go!
They're going to think of a wrong
Let
thing.
my people go!
They're going to think of something different.
What are they going to think of? What are they going to think of, Matt?
You've got like...
What are they going to think of, Matt?
You've got 2 parts of you that historically have been slaves. And so it's kind of an issue for you to go there and just be like,
Hey, buddy, it's okay. I'm just giving you a hard time.
He's gonna kill me. Oh.
Did that motherfucker just say slave?
Dude, bro,
Oh my God,
bro,
we need quarterback, bro.
Bro, it's okay. I have a black girlfriend. It's fine.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's
Right,
All
all right,
thank
so-
you.
that works.
Okay, well, we've had our discussion, guys. We want to hear from you guys. We're going to post this question on our Facebook. If you get time, facebook.com/SCNS Live. We want to hear some answers from you guys.
That's
What do
right.
you think is going to pop the bubble? What's going to be the death knell for these movies, or are we just fine? We're in a new golden age, and let's just live with it and love it.
Look, the golden age can only last for so long.
Well,
so
we're back in-
Everybody's going to have some sort of opinion. It is what it is. So, yeah, guys, check us out. You know, go to facebook.com/SCNS Live. Check it out. See what you think. You know, if you like it or if you don't, like, or if you have, like, an opinion, tell us. The same thing with the email. It's how it goes. Just
Or you
tell us.
can't talk, but come on over.
And if Cora sees something in the chat, let us know. You know, it's just...
Did anyone ask a question?
Anybody? No, we're good? Okay.
Okay, so either way, you know, you guys, we want to hear from you at any point in time, so you can always message us at facebook.com/SCNS Live. You've also, he's going to get sick. You could also get, you know, like us or subscribe to us on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/theUntitledSCNS. You can follow us on Twitter. You know, maybe tweet us, say, hey, I think this will be the thing that destroys all the comic book movies.
Also, big shout out to North Texas Comic Book Show and Chris. It was a great show this
Yeah.
weekend.
Why
We had
haven't
a
we
lot of
talked
fun.
about that?
We had, oh man, I put
That's
up,
terrible.
there's all kinds of interviews on our page. There's more coming. Rob's got a video coming. Interviews with BJ Lewis, Jeff Smith, Joey Dietz. We got a great interview by Chris did with Kit Lively. That's going to be awesome. The interview you did, that one's going up soon. Thanks to, and all of our friends that we saw out there. That was
No,
awesome.
I didn't do any interviews. Anyway, though I did.
No, you interviewed the guy. I
asshole.
can't think of his name. He wrote
Chris Garrett.
Chris Garrett of
Yeah.
Turbulence.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Turbulence. Yeah, he created his own comic book, and he
And
had
that video's
actually-
up already.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was the first one I put up.
You didn't point up. You didn't point.
Your video was the first one I put up, and it's a really good interview. Go check it out and check out Turbulence. I put some
Fucking divas, man.
screenshots up of some of the
Says you.
artwork. It's really great.
Says you.
Oh, and our good friend Peyton Small of Small Cosplay came by and talked with. That video's up as well, so go check them out.
That's right. I mean, it really was a great time. It really
We
was.
had fun.
And I was saying, you know, there, like, of all the times I've ever been there, this was probably the most active I've ever seen. Because a lot of the times I've been like, this is a slow con, this is the end of the season, whatever. No, this one was actually a very active con. There was a lot of people there. It was good. It was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of good costumes this year.
And
I
big
think
shout out
that's
to
really
Dale Calhoun, who stepped up and has become a staff member with them now. And
Oh, cool.
Good to see him. It was
Oh,
good to see
that's
everybody.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
our friend Captain America.
That's right. Yeah, he was out there. And then, who won? Who won the cosplay contest?
Oh man, that was so much fun
Cosplay,
judging.
the winner was the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I can't think of her name. Big shot, Starman Morrison. He was one of the doctors in there. He did a really good job. They really captured the character. I had a lot of fun doing the costume contest.
Yeah, he was a friggin' judge. Check
Mhm.
that out. That
Last
was
minute,
weird.
this kid would say he won't be a judge. All right.
And I was hilarious.
You weren't that funny.
Hey, fucking divas, right? Fucking divas. Anyway. Huh? What was that? Egyptian? Anyway.
Anyway, thanks to our
This is
friends
what
Bob the Gamer and Cinelinx.
This is what happens.
happy
the awesome guys there.
Yeah.
Continue.
Happy belated birthday to the father gamer, Mr. Eric Gibbs. Happy birthday, buddy.
That's right. Happy birthday. Thank you for joining us. Go on Cinelinx.com. Check out all of that. We've got reviews. We've got editorials, more, all sorts of news, of course. I've got a couple of reviews coming out for NBA Live 15, if you're into that, and Assassin's Creed Unity. So, is it good? Is it bad? You want to check it out? We've also got a whole... What?
Haven't even played it.
Anyway,
1 hour,
so
done.
you got a lot of time tomorrow. Anyway, but we've got a whole lot of other stuff on there, a lot of news. So you always want to keep it on there. Your boobs are rubbing on me. And again.
His girlfriend's
That's
birthday.
uncomfortable.
I know. Anyway, so yes, guys, check it out on Cinelinx.com. Our show's on there. The Father Gamer podcast is on there. He's got a whole new cast of people. This whole new season started. You're going to want to check that out. And you can always get it on Xbox Live, or you can get on PlayStation Network and play with us at any point in time. Both of my gamer tags are Scepter07, TERO7. So anytime, I'm always willing to friend, play a game, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. So if you want to follow anybody on Twitter, you've got Jason.
Screw over a little bit.
I'm fine.
Don't screw over a little bit.
I'm fine.
Jason at JasonTheX on Twitter and Instagram. I post toy pictures.
I know. He's like, give me some
Everyone,
space.
here. No,
Yeah.
no. Step up front.
Yeah.
Step up front. That's where you want to be, you fucking whore.
At Entropy. You've got at Entropy or Entropy. At Entropy1. You've got, whisper it to me. Yeah.
Koro the Hawk Girl on Instagram.
Hawk gal.
Hawk Gal.
No. Hawks Perch on Twitter. Go to at Hawks Perch on Twitter or at SCNS Live as usual.
She really likes Hawkeye.
She does. So just put anything Hawk related, you'll find her. Anyway, so it's been a great show. This is our second to last episode.
We'll be on next week.
We won't be on next week. We got Thanksgiving. So
We got turkey to eat.
Already, happy Thanksgiving. Guys, enjoy it with your family, friends, whoever you're going to be with. We'll be doing the same. We might have our own little giant potluck. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll do it all here. You know, we could all videotape it. We'll see. Nope, we're not doing that. Okay. No, I'll be out of town.
I don't like y'all that much.
I'm sorry. You bent down. I hate your voice. Anyway, so guys, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Join us in 2 weeks for our season finale of season 3. Good Lord, season 3 is already over. So, without further ado, keep on
nerding.